And it's firing on the center. Sniper trying to retreat through it. This could just be pure disaster. Well, hello there, and here we are on Amilly Fields. Name's Alpern, and today we're watching none other than Dutchman, playing as the Ostheer faction. Here facing off versus the mighty Luvnest. Already gearing up to capture the map. And these two are very strong players. Luvnest, of course, famous throughout the years for winning a lot of tournaments. Meanwhile, Dutchman, more of an upcomer, I would say. But also a very solid player, and he's been playing the game for a very long time. He does stream from time to time, so make sure you check out his Twitch. Very interesting formation going on here. I'm guessing he had tried to make a sandbag. But yeah, no machine gun opening up here for the Dutch, which is very interesting. Going pure grenadiers, it looks like. Unless he might be going for one of those builds that pick up the machine gun later on. But I do like this, because Dutchman is a bit of a more defensive player. So he might be trying to overcome his weakness of playing aggressive here. Going purely grenadiers. So this could be some very nice practice for the Dutch. We have a very interesting conscript down in the south here. Probably, you know, looking for a machine gun flank. If you send this squad, then just face up, and then you can flank with the ghost squad coming out of nowhere. So Luvnest here playing the long haul. I like that. Also getting these very important sandbags up on the victory points. So we have a lot of grenadiers just pushing through.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Flanking the center.
We must defend this territory. Sandbags are up.
Very nice opening here for Dutchman, I think, forcing Luvnest to fall back to these sandbags, also cancelling the sandbag in the center. Meanwhile, Luvnest here finds an opening, going for this munition cutoff. He's also grabbing the yellow cover here with the ghost conscript. He might be realizing at this point that there is no machine gun on the field, with Luvnest 10k IQ game sense.
Comrades, we have now installed a field hospital at headquarters.
But yeah, decent opening here for Dutchman, taking some good engagements, forcing the conscript away. We do have a flamer now though for Luvnest, which might actually tip this engagement in favor of the Soviets, but Dutchman is avoiding the engagement here. Might be looking for this sandbag. We also have a sniper out for the Dutch. Ooh, first burst doing a lot of damage there. So the Kar 98Ks are just really working these long range engagement. Sniper there forced to retreat, got one shot off on the combat engineer, but he didn't want to risk it. So at this point, Luvnest should be aware that there is no machine gun. And I mean, Luvnest might actually be going for a counter snipe here. No teching so far, but tier 1 here could mean a counter sniper attempt. You have a mine there. It's actually a really good mine. It's on the retreat path off the grenadiers, unless they pick this one. It's about a 50-50. Ooh, rifle nade there, but green cover does take the majority of that damage. And it seems those grenadiers are going to be dodging that mine. This one is in trouble though if he goes for this retreat path. Oh no. But he needs one more model to get the kill. Actually, might even dodge it. No, he won't. Whew. Very close there. Meanwhile, double munition seems to be going in for Luvnest in a little bit. as the sniper is pulling up on the left side. And the tier 2 is coming up for Luvnest, so now no counter snipe attempt. And we have discussions here regarding the Soviet build order. The meta is currently 3 conscripts with 2 combat engineers. And some people like to get this in different order. Some people like to get the first combat engineer as your first squad instead of getting it after the conscripts, and I'm in favor of that as well. Conscripts or combat engineers build faster. So if you go double combat engineer first, you actually are slightly faster capturing. And as Soviets, you generally want to avoid picking engagements in the first couple of minutes until you get your flamer anyway. So I think just getting the faster capture is favorable. But it's very much dependent on playstyle. And getting this first conscript, or getting the 3 conscripts before the combat engineers, means that you can actually get an extra sandbag up. So that's basically the trade-off. Do you want the faster capture, or do you want the extra sandbag?
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
But I think it's very dependent on you as a player, as well as map, because I mean, sandbags are not equal. Certain sandbags are better than other sandbags. On a map like this, getting a sandbag in the center, for instance, is very much a important part, grabbing the center for the Soviets in the early game, especially versus a machine gun. So I think that's what it comes down to. I wouldn't say either way is wrong. But if we go back to the game here, we see 2-2 is out for Dutch, doing a lot of bleeding here. And we also have a T70 out for Luvnest, very fast one, 7 minutes. So well done there from the Luv. Meanwhile, a pack is already cooking for Dutchman, no 4th Grenadier as of yet. Might even be skipping the 4th Gren completely because of the sniper. We'll see what he goes for. He does have the Jaeger infantry doctrine, so might be going for the Jaeger command squad. That is, of course, a possibility.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts can now throw Molotovs.
Yeah, the first couple of LMGs are also hitting the field. Pack trying to get in position here to stop the T70. This pack is actually quite way out of position here. He can't set up, so if this T70 just sits on it, it could spell disaster for Dutchman. He's not going for it, he's finding the Pioneer instead. Must say, very risky here from Luvnest. I'm not sure if he swept this area, but this is a very common hotspot for tellers. But it might actually pay off there. Pioneer goes down. Massive blow. We also have a anti-tank grenade from the conscript here. But Pack is in position, missing the second shot, however. Yeah, very risky here from both players. Pack manages to connect, but that miss means the T70 does get out of there alive. Yeah, Jaeger command squad is out for Dutchman, but that also means Pioneer is a bit delayed, so no repairs for the 2-2. I would say Luvnest got out with an advantage there, killing the Pioneer, but at the same time, you know, that could have been so different. If the T70 goes down, that's a major blow for Luvnest, so high risk, but it did pay off.
MG squad awaiting orders.
And we do have some wire here on the sandbags from Dutchman, very nice. I think wire is important versus the Soviets, just to cancel the green. But as a Soviet player, you don't really have to wire. Usually you do anyway, because you have 2 combat engineers. But it's not super important, because your conscripts will do very well, even if you're fighting entrenched squads, considering you get the Molotov. And you do have the close range advantage if you can get up there with just pure strength, though. So Soviets don't really have a trouble removing sandbags like that. So I wouldn't say it's super important. It's generally better to just get more mines down if you can, to get good use out of your munitions. Yeah, maxing here was a decision from Luvnest. I do like that. It's the map advantage, so getting that maxing means you can hold it for longer. You might be thinking it plays into the sniper, but it is still 6-man crews and you have merge on your conscript, so you can stay there for quite some time. We also have a mortar actually coming out for Luvnest.
Mortar team has arrived.
Which I'd say is a pretty solid pick up here. It will soft counter the sniper, keeping him on the move. You can also use the smoke the sniper. Ooh.
The enemy is encroaching on our
Nice
territory.
attack ground angle here. Pack returning the favor. Grens are taking a lot of damage here. Mortar though opening up. Pack quite in getting an angle there. Conscript there closing in on the sniper. They're taking so much damage in return from the 2-2 and the Jaeger command squad. And the pack is just
Enemy
marching
forces
up.
are attempting to capture our
Luvnest
territory.
line is not holding. I finally see the smoke, but it's a bit too late. Sniper's already done the damage. 18 kills on that sniper, by the way. As the two forces the maximum away. Still no sysgun for Luvnest. Picking up that mortar instead.
Our superiors have
We have
given us
tier 4.
120
Holy
millimeter
crap,
mortars.
that is fast.
Guard rifle infantry
I mean, if we can
squads
hold
now
on
be
to the
called
fuel in
fight
the
for motherland.
east, this
Our
T-34 will
T-34s have been
be here in
outfitted
1-2
with
minutes.
85mm guns. We will follow
Even
their
though he went
victory.
T70. He did pick up guard mode though, might be going for the T-34 85 instead of the 76 variant.
Orders?
2-2 is removing some sandbags here. Oh, drives on a mine though. Dude, that mine, that 2-2 might actually have saved the sniper. Sniper was heading for that mine there. But yeah, 2-2 might be going down here. He just needs to get in range for the grenade. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Forced to retreat. Seems it will get away. Meanwhile, maxing here, marching up to the command squad. Gets a rifle nade.
All crews have been trained to repair
Does stay alive,
damaged
but still
vehicles.
forced to retreat there. Don't want to give that to your enemy. Second pack now out for Dutchman, getting a mortar himself. So no machine gun, but still quite heavy in the support weapons. Definitely a different build from Dutchman so far though, getting the sniper and the machine gun skip. Usually you do want a machine gun with your sniper, because that way you can bait your opponent into the machine gun range with the sniper, and holy crap! Mortar just hit 2 mines. That's one way to sweep them. Well, generally I think, Androfy, when you do sandbags, what you do is you just bring the bags and then you fill them with sand on location. So you don't actually transport the sand, you only transport the bags and then you fill them with sand where you want to build them, right? I think that's the logic.
Supply sector under attack.
Otherwise it would be very heavy to carry around sand on the battlefield. Grenades. We did have G43s there on that Grenadier squad. Getting those, I think they're called steel grenade? Or something like that. The small little buggers.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Oh, sniper in range of the conscripts, but staying on the field here. Taking some damage. T70. It's a shot from the pack there. Was in lethal range. double pack just really spooking with Luvnest here. I think he spotted this one and went with the T70 on the opposite side of the map, and then there was a second pack there. So well done from Luvnest, still realizing he was getting shot at. T-3485 is now in the queue, but optly already countered by the double packs. Yeah, almost a triple cap again for Luvnest. Really bleeding a lot of VPs here for Dutchman, but of course VPs don't matter until you hit 0. Very nice use here from the Dutchman, you know, pack and 2-2. 2-2 is such a good unit in the Ostheer roster because it gives the vision, and if you go heavy support weapons, it really, you know, helps with getting optimal use from your support weapons. The Grens here trying to fight the conscripts. Does have the sniper support, and we did see the incendiary around there. Actually making sure the Grenadiers win that engagement. Very well done from the Dutch. As the 85 is now revealed. Meanwhile, Panzer IV is queued up. I will say, I think Dutchman has the way better composition here. He has the sniper, he has the AT. Meanwhile, Luvnest here, he has no sys guns to hold the Panzer IV or the 2-2 at bay. But Luvnest does have the advantage of fielding the heavier vehicles, T-3485 and T-70. Pack does connect one shot. Meanwhile, the Russians are charging through the center here. We see him sweeping as well. Almost gets the 80 snare there on the 2-2. These Grens are really low here, could actually go down, long way home, T-70 as well. Oh, that's a loss for Dutchman, you can't afford. Could try to use the smoke perhaps to save the squad. Doesn't quite get there. It did have a drop the LMG. Seems the combat engineers will pick that up. Here comes the Panzer IV. The Russians are retreating. They're happy with the damage they've done. Meanwhile, T-70 here, capturing. Panzer IV looking for it though. 85 is repositioning to stop the Panzer IV threat. Has the marked vehicle actually. And with marked vehicle, you only need 3 penetrations while the Panzer IV needs 5 on the T-3485, so... There you go, marked vehicle is in, but we see a bounce and a miss. Very unfortunate there from Luvnest. Meanwhile, Dutchman here, playing very confidently with the pack support. As the Maxim is now way out of position, we see a large offensive here. Mines, but we do have the sweeper to spot them. Panzer IV, however, goes way too deep, hits a mine, but there's no AT on Luvnest's army except for the 85. And he can't quite dive for it here because of the pack presence. Does spot some more mines here with the sweeper, but I think he's gonna try to prioritize repairing. Meanwhile, 2-2 does finally shoot down the plane. There's the 85. He's trying to get the sniper, but gets snared in return. Second pack was covering that angle with the 2-2 vision support. Should be fine, but might be in trouble as soon as this Panzer IV is repaired. What are these conscripts doing? They're just marching into the meat grinder. One good shot from the Panzer IV here. Oh, that could have been worse. And a very nice hold here from Dutchman. No machine gun, but still has such a presence on the battlefield. There's a mine there, Dutchman. I'm sure you're aware. But he's gonna march out of vision. Luvnest is just bleeding here. We have a Katusha coming out, which is obviously going to try to get the pack guns, right?
We have an isolated sector.
Meanwhile, Dutchman here to just get a second Panzer IV, which would outgun the 85. Double pack, double Panzer IV.
Ready.
But no AT for Luvnest. He just can't get his sys guns out, which is, you know, it's understandable. He's bleeding too much. He's also fighting the sniper with 50. Is that 50? No, it's 31 kills. I was like 50? Holy crap, that went fast. But no, 31. Which is still a lot of manpower, right? Do quick maths. Conscripts, 20 manpower each, so 31 times 20. That's the damage the sniper's done. Not to mention the fact that it forces really bad engagement where Luvnest is trying to get the sniper right and his other squads can just keep firing, such as the 85 going in here, almost going down just for the sniper. Yeah, Katusha is now in position. Could use some flare potentially, but might want to save the munitions here for the marked vehicle. His mine is still here. He has the sweeper in range still, but he's leaving range, which means if the Panzer IV tries to get out of there... Oh no! Very goofy here from Dutchman. I think he might have forgotten his not binoculars, but his glasses, you know. T70 here using the spotting, and it's firing on the center. Sniper trying to retreat through it. This could just be pure disaster. Sniper does survive, but the mortar goes down and Pack is in trouble. It's just sitting, staying put. And here comes the Soviet armor. T70 1 HP, Pack does survive. T70 goes down, 2-2 survives. 85 in trouble, second Panzer IV is here. There's no salvaging this, there's no AT from Luvnest. What was he thinking? There you go. And I would say that's game. I think Luvnest has thrown in the towel here. But yeah, well played to Dutchman. Just, you know, showing a very strong build order, I must say. You know, skipping machine gun is very strange, especially with a sniper build, but it did pay off in this situation, where I think Luvnest was playing as if there was a machine gun, even though there wasn't. You know, he was avoiding those engagements, and he still kept those flanking squads like you saw in the start. It's always such a ghost in your mind, you know, fighting versus Ostheer, because you always think there's a machine gun, but if there isn't a machine gun, it's very hard to adapt. Yeah, GG, well played. Taking a look at the stats here, we can see the kill-death ratio, and it's not looking good for Luvnest. That sniper is such a pain to deal with. 33 kills, but you could probably add another 15 there for just conscript suiciding, trying to get a couple shots off at it. So yeah, GG's.